This is a look at the May-June 2026 paper 1 for human and social biology. We are going to answer all 60 questions, beginning with number 1, which refers to the following diagram. A red blood cell before and after being placed in a concentrated salt solution for 1 hour. The change in the red blood cell shown in 2 occurs because water leaves the cell by osmosis. That is B. Question 2. Which of the following features is not common to all living organisms? And that would be producing identical cells in reproduction. So B for question number 2. Item 3 refers to the following diagram in which osmosis is demonstrated. The main function of the Viskin tube is to act as a semi-permeable membrane. D is the answer for number 3. Moving on to number 4. Which of the following factors is not necessary for photosynthesis to take place? Oxygen is not a reactant for photosynthesis. It's in fact a product. So B is the answer. Question 5. Which organelle in muscle cells provide energy for contraction? We are looking for an organelle inside the muscle cell, and that will have to be mitochondria. Don't be misguided by microfibril. So D is the answer. Question 6. Which of the following statements is not true of an anemia that is not in capital letters? It is caused by the presence of an extra chromosome, 6A. Question 7. Which of the following reagents give a positive test for the main food present in a slice of baked potato? The main food present in baked potato is starch, so we're doing an iodine test. So we need iodine as a solution to do the test. Which of the following foods would best prevent constipation? Ask question 8, and we are looking for C, fruit and vegetable salad. It's either water and fiber you're looking to prevent constipation with. So C gives the best option. Item 9 and 10 refer to the following bar chart, which shows the composition of 4 foods. Which of the foods above is most likely a cereal? We know cereals are high in sugar and they are very dry. So we are going with D for number 9. And number 10, which of the foods above is not suitable for persons suffering from arteriosclerosis? We know that fat is involved in there, so we want to avoid that. So the food that's not suitable is the one that has the most fat in it, which is C. Moving on to question 11. Which of the following are properties of enzymes? They mostly work on only one substrate. Yes, they are not affected by temperature. That's not true. They work best at a particular pH. Yes, so we're looking for 1 and 3. So makes 11 B. Question 12 refers to the following table, which shows categories of body mass index. The BMI categories are as follows. We have from underweight to obese. Lisa has a BMI of 24.5. She is considered to be 24.5 will fall into the normal range. It's under the upper boundary of 24.9 and above the lower boundary of 18.5. So she is normal weight. The answer is B for number 12. Number 13, which of the following types of teeth is best adapted for tearing tough pieces of food? We are choosing canine. Question 14, which of the following vitamins is water soluble? We are choosing vitamin C. It is water soluble, so the answer is B. Question 15. The process of digestion is defined as the removal of undigested waste. Item 16 refers to the following table, which shows functions of some of the structures of the respiratory system. Which row in the table above correctly matches the structure with its function? Epiglottis vibrates to make song. That sounds like we talk about the vocal cords, right? So A is wrong. The larynx protects the lungs. What? No. Bronchus facilitates the passage of air into the lungs. That's correct. The rib cage prevents food from entering trachea. So we know the answer is C for question 16. Moving on to question 17. While climbing up a mountain, a group of hikers find that breathing becomes difficult. This is most likely because read through the answers and we would see that the air pressure decreases the higher up we go. Yeah? So this would be the best answer, B for 17. 18, the equation for aerobic respiration. Aerobic is in capital letters, so we know is in bold letters, in fact. So we know we are looking for oxygen with glucose, the only one that has oxygen with glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy is A. Question 19, during respiration, the release of energy in a cell occurs when the energy is released when we break that third phosphate bond in adenosine triphosphate, and it becomes adenosine diphosphate, ADP. So A is the answer for 19. Question 20. Capillaries have very thin walls which only have one layer of cells. This is to allow the rapid diffusion of gases and glucose. B is the answer for question 20. Question 21. Which of the following are true about phagocytes? They have rounded nucleus. No, they have a lobe nucleus. Engulf and ingest bacteria. Yes. A type of white blood cell. Yes. So we are looking for 2 and 3, which makes the answer C. Question 22. The left side of the heart has a thicker muscular wall in order to pump blood to the rest of the body. Yes. Question 23. Which sequence of events need to occur in order for blood clot to form? And we have to start off with thromboplastin, and that kicks off everything. So we are seeing that there are only 2 answers starting us off here. And the thromboplastin activates the prothrombin, and that converts it to thrombin. Fibrinogen is converted to fibrin to make the whole mesh that we want in the clotting of blood. So the answer is A for 23. Coronary thrombosis occurs when the coronary artery becomes blocked with blood clots. C is the answer for 24. 25. Which of the following is a tough, flexible, fibrous connective tissue that joins 2 bones to form a stable joint? We're joining bone to bone, so that means we are talking about ligaments. Question 26. Which of the following joints allow movement in all directions? And for everyone, they have all these joints, so they should have just moved them and realized that the answer will be D for question 26. Item 27 refers to the following diagram of part of the human skeleton. We see X, Y, and Z are labeled. They're asking you to identify the bones label. So X is the femur. Y points to the thick one, the thick leg bone, so that's the tibia. And Z points to the flimsy one, so that's the fibula. So the answer for 27 is B. Question 28 refers to the following diagram, which shows the bicep attached to the top and bottom of a bone. Yeah, we have the humerus here, the bicep in front, we have the radius and the ulna shown on the forearm, just a piece of it though. The biceps are attached to the radius in the area known as the point of insertion. You see, it's coming down to right about here. That's the point of insertion. Liam notices that his face is flushed red after playing football. Which of the following processes causes his face to be flushed? That's called vasodilation, where the surface of the blood is closer to the surface of the skin. Items 30 and 31 refer to the following simplified diagram of a kidney tubule. In answering items 30 and 31, each labeled part may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Which labeled part collects filtrate from the glomerulus? We have the glomerulus right here, this capillary network, and it pours out into the filtrate, goes into the Bowman's capsule, which is right here. So B is our answer. Question 31, which labeled part brings blood to the glomerulus? And if we already identified the glomerulus being here, A will be entering here. It is wider, it's the afferent arteriole, it's wider than D. So we are going with A. Item 32, which of the structures of the skin causes its hair to stand on end? That will be the erector muscles in the skin. When they contract. Item 33 refers to the following diagram of a motor neuron. Which labeled part is the axon? We know this axon is running through the center here. The only one looking at it is 3, which makes the answer C. Item 34. The central nervous system is made up of the brain and the spinal cord. 35. Which of the following is an involuntary action, meaning one that you don't have to think about? It will be peristalsis. Item 36 refers to the following diagram of a longitudinal section through a human eye. The part labeled X is the iris. Item 37 refers to the following table, which shows endocrine glands and hormones they secrete. So we have the endocrine glands in this column and the hormones in this column. Which row in the table above correctly matches the endocrine glands and the hormones it secretes? The only row that's matching up is the ovary and progesterone. Everyone else is incorrect matching. 38. The main reason for practicing family planning is to ensure sufficient resources for each family member. 38 is D. 39. Which of the following birth control methods is considered the least reliable? And that would have to be the rhythm method. Remember, they are asking least reliable, least is in capital letters. Question 40. Implantation occurs when the fertilized ovum is embedded in the uterus wall. D for 40. Question 41. Which of the following methods of female contraception functions by preventing sperm from entering the uterus? That will have to be the barrier method. So 41 is A. Question 42. Which of the following are true about the fallopian tubes? 1 produces the ovum. No, it does not. 2, site where fertilization of the ovum occurs. Yes. 3, facilitates the passage of the ovum into the uterus. Yes, it does. So 2 and 3 only. We are going with C for 42. On to question 43. Which of the following is an example of genetic engineering? And it will have to be production of insulin by E. coli. Question 44 refers to the following genetic cross, which shows the inheritance of blood groups in humans. Alleles A and B are codominant to each other, and both are dominant to O. Which of the following offspring inherited the homozygous recessive genotype? And we just follow the cross, and we see that comes to N. N is the answer D. 45 chromosomes are made up of protein and DNA. 46, which of the following occurs when a zygote receives 1 extra chromosome? That is a chromosomal mutation. Beriberi is an example of a disease that is classified as nutritional deficiency from not consuming all your required vitamin B. Question 48. Good health may be best defined as there are 3 factors for good health. It must be physical, socially, and mentally well. Yeah, so B is the answer for 48. 49. Which of the following organisms is the causative agent for cholera? Cholera is caused by a bacteria named Vibrio cholera. Looking for question 50. Which of the following cells does the AIDS virus attack? Is question 50. And we will have to go with the lymphocytes. They are a type of white blood cell. Question 51 refers to the following diagram, which shows the stages in the life cycle of the mosquito. Which of the following stages are found in or on water? It will have to be 2, 3, and 4. That's the egg, larvae, and pupa. So we are looking for one that says that. The response is D, making D our answer. 52. Which of the following symptoms causes the most injury to a person suffering from dengue fever? Internal hemorrhage. D is our answer for 52. Which of the following types of immunity occurs when a baby receives antibodies from its mother before birth? That is natural passive. The baby is not doing anything, it's just receiving, it's passive. 54. Contamination of water sources is detrimental to humans because of the spread of waterborne diseases such as cholera. B is our answer for 54. Question 55. Water pollution may be controlled by educating the public and implementing laws. That's our best answer. That's a answer that makes sense as well. 56. Recycling may be best defined as reprocessing of collected resources into new products. 57. What is the effect of carbon monoxide on the human body? It prevents the uptake of oxygen by the blood. So we're going with A for 57. Question 58. Which of the following is the correct sequence when testing water for bacteria? We have 1. Examine the agar in a petri dish for the presence of coliform colonies. That should be the last step, and that already puts our answer at C. Item 59 refers to the following diagram of the water cycle. Transpiration is represented by which one? All right, transpiration is the loss of water from plants. So we have plants and it's losing water from water vapor. So it means that from plants, we just follow the arrows and it's 2, which makes the answer for 59. B. Question 60. Which of the following is an example of non-biodegradable pollutant? And we will have to go with A, lead. And that brings us to the end of the 60 questions for the May-June 2026 Paper 1 in Human and Social Biology.